Hey, ideators and entrepreneurs, CUNY Startups here. Welcome to CUNY and Beyond, the podcast dedicated to helping inspiring entrepreneurs through storytelling. We're excited to dive into the entrepreneurial endeavors of CUNY students, alum, and bonus entrepreneurs who are willing to share their valuable insights with you. Join us for today's show. Hello, my name is Adia Johnson, Associate Director at CUNY Startups, and today we have
Carissa Tozzi.
And we are going to dive in today on some questions. Before you started your business, what did you do for work?
My career was completely in media, entertainment. I worked at an agency, a PR agency in California, representing celebrities. And then I moved on to magazines. I worked at Cosmo Girl, 17, and then later on at Refinery 29. And my job was mainly to book celebrities for covers, interview them, etc. And what I loved about this background in particular was that it really helped me build my business because I learned everything about promoting something.
What was your motivation behind starting Wolf+Friends or Wolf+Friends?
Yeah, we call it Wolf+Friends. Really, the motivation is just lifestyle, right? I became a parent and started consuming everything in the parenting space. It was during a time when Instagram, it was like in the beginning when Instagram was like just filled with aspirational photos, beautiful kids, well-behaved, beautiful bedrooms and playrooms and modern toys and great clothes. And, the lifestyle for children was very, picture perfect. But my experience being a parent and talking to my friends, many of my friends' children had learning differences. And there wasn't a place that sort of recognized this different kind of parenting and, not a perfect parenting situation, let's say. And anything that was out there for them was a little bit depressing. There wasn't any color to it. Everything just felt so not hopeful. I recognized that there was a space for these parents who cared about fashion, who cared about style and all of these things and didn't want to have to put that aside because they had children with special needs. And so I started just curating content that I felt parents would appreciate. And so, I started Instagram, I started Pinterest, and then I talked to my friend, Jenna, who became my business partner, who is someone I worked in magazines with, who is a parent to two children with special needs. She has two typical girls. But she was the first person I knew whose children had autism. And she became like the go-to person that knew everything about autism. She did all the research. She was involved in every sense of the way. And so when I would talk to friends who were having, these diagnoses, I would always have them talk to my friend Jenna. And so when I talked to her about the idea for Wolf+Friends and I showed her what I was thinking, I was like, is this something you would have wanted when you were a parent, like earlier on or in the early days? And she was like, absolutely. She wanted to get involved. And then we started really building the brand.
Given that you have this like strong background, of course, in promoting, you didn't really need help with branding and getting that content out there. So what type of opportunities or learning outcomes did you have with this business, with starting this business?
Well, both Jenna and I had very similar backgrounds. So we didn't have the technology expertise. We didn't have the business expertise, behind the scenes, like dealing with, P&Ls and, all of that stuff, financial modeling. So that was all new to us. And what I did learn from that experience was that it's important to have people who are founders or partners or whatever from the get-go that are experts in areas beyond what you are. But I did obviously learn everything and anything from like building a company from the ground up, literally from like building the website to Google Analytics to the financial modeling and marketing, etc. I wouldn't have ever learned these things unless I took this leap.
Being that you had to look outside of you and your partner yourself as far as getting
technology and those other things that you didn't really know. What kind of qualities were you looking for when you were looking for vendors and partners, sponsors, and outsourcing in general?
Yes. Well, the motto of our company was surround yourself with people who get it. So it was really important to us to work with people who either were raising children with special needs, had a sibling, like any sort of connection to what we were building was really important to us. And you'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be surprised, but there's tons of parents and families and that are going through this. We had opportunity to work with the most fantastic people.
And what part has been your favorite about being an entrepreneur?
I was really able to be creative, which is something that you don't necessarily get the opportunity to do unless your job is like creative, like either, a creative director, art director, something like that. Like when you're working for like a big corporation, it's sort of, you're focused.
Right.
So I just visually I've always felt a big connection to it. And so it felt like the first opportunity I had to like visually create something and really set that forward. And so that was amazing for me personally.
CUNY Startups is a program that students who are interested in entrepreneurship, they kind of just like learn from the ground up, like what they need to do, like the technology and the starting their business, like the modeling of it for the business plan and knowing that what success looks like for a business. A lot of people always think it's just like going up the ladder instead of seeing all those ridges, like you come down 2 steps, go back up 3, come down 1. So how do you personally define success?
I mean, I really define success as surrounding yourself with people you totally respect, who are really talented in what they do, frankly, who you love. Like I've been lucky enough to work with people that I have relationships for, 20 plus years. So that's success to me. And then also making money. That's the thing that like not everything goes hand in hand. And I would definitely, one of the things that I was advised of in the early days was to focus on the idea of Wolf+Friends, not necessarily how to monetize Wolf+Friends. And so that was a big deficit ultimately, because businesses need to make money or they don't exist. So that has to be something that is really thought about prior to launching.
So piggybacking off of that, so you had to learn pretty much to start monetizing your business, right? And you have since acquired your business. So let's walk through that journey. How did you like learn to monetize it and just be able to sell it off?
Yeah, I mean, as a consumer myself, like I always really dug into what was happening. So I knew that, aside from content and advertising straight up, there was opportunity for affiliate marketing and brand partnerships and, all these different areas that big media companies use. So that could be applied. I knew it could be applied to Wolf+Friends. So that was sort of the strategy from the get-go. Everyone has their own story when it comes to, their business life, what the life of the business. And for us, COVID happened. We actually did have an angel investor on board. We couldn't move forward without money. Like we were at that point where, we had to have money to grow. And we had an angel investor, and then COVID happened and that went away. And so we had to think about what we really wanted to do. Yeah, we could have closed the business. That was, definitely on the table. But we decided to reach out to our community, of parents, of educators, of specialists, influencers. And we posted on Instagram that, is anyone interested in Wolf+Friends? And .com Therapy, who ended up acquiring us, was someone that we worked with in the past. Like we did, content marketing with them. And so they knew us, we knew them, and they loved what we were building. And they were honestly so excited to acquire the brand.
I love that because I always think like when business owners talk about their business, it's like their baby. So being able to like transition your baby off to someone who cares about your mission already and who's going to continue to like see the value that you see in it, I love that. So for my next question, what do you do now?
That's a great question. Actually, what I learned from building a business is what I love to do, right? So I'm actually helping other founders build their brands from the ground up. So I'm working with two founders who also have similar backgrounds to me in media and fashion and entertainment. And so they have an idea of a sleep wellness and a sleep style business that is similar to how I structured Wolf+Friends. So knowing that I have that background of Wolf+Friends was exactly what they were looking for to build a brand from the ground up. So it's like a perfect opportunity to me because I really love it to sort of really help from the get-go. And so I have that opportunity and it's amazing. So that's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully that business will be big. And then, but also I'm available to like work with other founders and entrepreneurs and executives to sort of help them with their vision.
So I have a quick game I would like to do. I love games. So have you ever played the game Smash, Pass, or Marry?
Okay, it's totally changed since I was younger.
Okay.
I feel like it was like kiss something, marry. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought we will do a quick one for consulting, since that's what you're kind of doing now with other entrepreneurs. So some essential items for a consultant, and then you kind of like pick which one you would smash, pass, or marry. So 1, we have airfare points. 2, we have travel size wireless mouse. And 3, a Wi-Fi hotspot. You're going to meet your clients. Which things would you really love? Like, this is the thing I really want to marry. Like, I need this in my life. It's my partner. Smash, like, I'll take it maybe once or twice. Or pass, I don't really need it. I could find another option.
I mean, I'd go for Wi-Fi as marry.
Okay, Wi-Fi hotspot is marry. So now we got smash and pass.
I would probably pass on the travel. And then maybe I would pass on the travel and smash on the
travel size wireless mouse.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured as much. I figured that would be in the top, either the one or the two. Well, thank you for playing that part. Okay, so back to the questions. For someone who is really interested, of course, the students, they want to start a business, what would be like advice that you would give them? This is like the one takeaway that you would want to share with students.
It sort of goes back to what I was saying before. It's like have a monetization strategy, have the business plan, financial modeling, all that stuff matters. I know it's super alluring to like be your own boss and be an entrepreneur, and everybody's like making it that is easy.
Right.
It is not easy. Unless you come from money, it's not easy. And so you really have to think about how you can build a business and support yourself.
Yeah, I gotta stand the test. Boy, I got to own it.